Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will continue with the discussion of paper 1 for Putrajaya state. So for my previous video, I managed to discuss about 10 questions. So I'm going to try to complete the whole set of paper 1 by today, hopefully. Alright, so let's go through the question and keep on practice. Alright, so let's have a look of the paper 1 Putrajaya part 2. Let's get started with the class. So diagram 2 shows the graph of a quadratic function fx equal to 14 minus x minus d squared. Okay, with the d and the d is a constant. Okay, d and h are constant. So when you see quadratic function in this form, you have to rewrite, okay, so that the perfect square is always as the first term followed by a number or a value, because when you want to find the axis of symmetry, or you want to find the coordinate x of the turning point, you always have to let the perfect square equal to 0. Okay, that means you have to find the x value that will make the bracket, okay, the bracket equal to 0. So obviously the x value will be opposite sign with the one in the bracket, right? Because you make it equal to 0. So your x, if you solve, should be equal to positive d. Alright, so when there is a negative, you will get a positive coordinate x. So that is the concept for you to find the turning point. You must always let the perfect square equal to 0. This is the first concept. Okay, whenever you want to find the coordinate x for the turning point, let a perfect square equal to 0. So you solve it, you find your x, and that x is actually the coordinate x for the turning point. The turning point here is the maximum point. Okay, so you can see d is equal to 3 and h is actually the y value. Okay, the last number is always a y value. So with that, you can solve it easily. D equal to 3 and h equal to 14. So this question is actually about the concept. Okay, you have to memorize the concept. So the next question, they ask you to find the value of k. So you have to write down the k in terms of the coordinates. Okay, coordinates 0k, so that you can use a point to substitute into the function. Okay, for your information, function is actually the y value. When we talk about function, it means y. When we talk about the curve value, it also means y. So since the point 0k is actually lie on the curve, when the point is lie on the curve, you can say it is on the curve, or the line is passes through the point. Okay, so that point can be used, and then you can substitute into the function, into the equation. So when you see the curve, the graph, the function, all are referring to y value. So when you have the y-intercept, you can write as 0k, then you sub the 0k into the curve, or the fx, or the function, or the graph. Alright, the same. So now I'm going to substitute the 0k into my curve, which is fx equal to negative x minus 3. Just now we got a d equal to 3, use back. And the h, we also have the value 14. So you use back all the constant all the number that you just solved just now. Okay, and then you write down the equation in terms of the function. Okay, then only you sub the point into the function. We don't say equation, it is a function because you don't have the y value. So when you substitute the point, it becomes equation. So the y value is k. So there's a difference between function and equation. Function, it always comes with the fx or y or gx, okay? But equation, you can equate them, you can sub the value inside and you can solve. That is so-called equation. So be careful when you substitute. 0 minus 3, you have to square first. It becomes negative 9 plus 14, or is 14 minus 9. So be careful, negative and negative, not always positive. Whenever there is a square there, it will be not always positive. So your answer for K is 5. Alright. Okay, next question. We will discuss the quadratic equation. This one I discussed before. This one also I discussed before. Now I want to discuss this one. Okay, this is about the statistic. Okay, the statistic question. So let's go through the question. Table 1 shows the achievement of 3 classes, 5 Dahlia, 5 Merlot, and 5 Wincha in an additional mathematics test. So you have 3 classes, and these are their mean mark and their standard deviation of the mark. For 5 Dahlia, you have 75, standard deviation 4. 5 Merlot, mean is 70, and then standard deviation is 1. And then for 5 Wincha, you have mean 75 and standard deviation is 2. So you're asking to find the class with the most consistent achievement in the test. So when they ask you the most consistent, you always choose the one with the lowest standard deviation, because the smallest standard deviation values, it shows that the more consistent the data is. This is concept number 2. Always memorize the concept. Smaller standard deviation means more consistency of the data. So we'll choose 5 Merlot because the smaller, we have to explain the answer because the question asks you to justify your answer. This is part of the hot skills. For hot question, they like you to analyze and you have to give opinion, justify based on the fact or the skills or the working that you have shown. So you have to write the sentence like this: the smallest standard deviation shows the achievement of 5 Merlot is more consistent. Okay, so I'm sure you will see question like this in your coming SPM exam, because for the year of 2020, your percentage of the hot question is 40%. So for hot question, the question like to ask you to justify the answer after you show the working. Okay, then B, you're asking to state the variance for the class state in 1A. So the variance is 1, right? Because the variance is actually standard deviation square. So again, I highlight to you, please remember this: the smallest, the standard deviation. Okay, the smallest, the standard deviation, and please continue the sentence. You have to always recall the concept or the fact so that you won't forget. The more consistent the data is, so you can say the more consistent the mark. Okay, let's continue with the next question after we do the statistic. But before that, please remember the important concept that I just highlight to you. So for you to do well in exam, you have to keep on practice so that you can memorize the concept well. Alright, so next question now. This question is about the probability. Afid and Chan are qualified to the final of a badminton tournament in their school. The player who first wins any 2 sets of the match is the winner. The probability Afid wins in any of the sets is 3/7. Now let's focus on the question, the winner to be determined after win 2 games. So let's have a look of the tree diagram. So first of all, if you want to draw a tree diagram, you have to define the outcome. So let's say W is win and L represent lose for Afid. So we will start with the Afid. So we will draw the line to branch out the outcome win lose. So then we will branch out for the set 2 tournament. So still the same, the outcome is either win or lose. And then we need to label the probability value on the branches. Alright, so if Afid win, the probability is given 3/7. So for the complement case of the probability, the chances for Afid win is 3/7. Hence, the chances for Afid lose the game should be 4/7. So if Afid win, it means that Chan lose. So if Chan win, it means is Afid lose. So the probability for the Chan win is 4/7. Okay, so basically you must understand the real situation. Okay, so I'm going to write the probability value on the branches. For Afid win is 3/7. Okay, for Afid lose, of course, is 1 minus 3/7, right, which is 4/7. So we'll repeat because this is an independent event, right? So if I write 4/7, it means Chan win. So the question is asking you for the winner for the 2 sets. So you have to consider Afid win first and second set, or Chan win for the first and second set. The winner is determined after win for the 2 sets of the game, right? Okay, so let's write down the answer. So the winner is determined after 2 sets of matches. So the answer is either Afid win for first set and second set, or Chan win for the first set or second set. So the answer is 25/49. This is the answer for the A. For B, Afid will win the tournament after playing 3 sets of the match. So this is a probability for 3 events. So that means you have to extend the tree diagram to 1 more event, which is set 3. Alright, so let's work out the answer now. Okay, so for B, we will write down the answer. Okay, let me find a space to write the answer. So part B, we will write after 3 sets of the game. Okay, so the probability value is still remain the same for the first set is 3/7 for our fifth win. Okay, so we branch out like this with the 3. Okay, 3 events. Okay, so you have to complete the branches so that it will form a 3 diagram with 3 events. So the outcomes are win and then lose for the first set, and then for the second one you will continue with the second event. Okay, set 2, game for set 2 and game for set 3. Alright, so we'll continue and complete the 3 diagram before we can solve the question, right? Okay, so let me complete first. So win, okay, followed by win, and then okay, now let's fill up all the probability value on the branches. Okay, so we want to focus to the one that win after the third set of the game. So it looks like I have 2 possible outcome, which are the first time win, second time loss, and then the third time win, or maybe first time lose, second time win, and the third time win. So these are the 2 that win 2 games, but it will win at the third set, okay, after the third set. So that is what wanted by the question. Okay, win after the third set. So let's write the probability, okay, for the 3 set win. Okay, then we are going to multiply all the probability value to get the answer. So the answer should be 3/7 times 4/7 times 3/7, or there's another possibility, or so we have to plus 4/7 times 3/7 times 3/7. So finally the answer should be 36/343 plus 36/343, and your answer should be 72/343, right? Okay, that is a question about probability. Now we start with the other question, which is about the combination and maybe permutation, but this is actually NCN. So you want to find the value of NCN, you can just take out your calculator. You can just try and press 4C4 to C2. You'll see the answer is 1. Okay, just press your calculator. Okay, by plugging the value and are the same. For B, there are 12 different color balls in a basket. Find the number of ways if 4 balls can be chosen. So this is a combination. So it's 12C4. So you just press your calculator to get the answer. It's 495. Alright, so the part 2, at least 10 balls can be chosen. Okay, it's still combination because the order is not important. So when you see at least, you just write down, maybe it can be 10, okay, it can be 11, it can be 12. So it's either 10, 11 or 12. There's an or, so you have to plus, so you cannot multiply, alright? So it's 12C10 or 12C11 or 12C12, alright? So remember, when chose, okay, the order is not important, so you have to use a combination. So So the answer is 79, right? So because they didn't ask to arrange in order, so you are not allowed to use the permutation, okay? So please bear in mind, you have to use the combination when the order is not important, okay? The order, okay? Order means the arrangement. So the answer for 12C10 is 66, 12C11 is 12, and then 12C12 is 1, right? Just now we have NCN, so 12C12 is 1, so the answer is 79, or you can just press your calculator, one shot you get the answer. Okay, combination is easy, right? So remember, for the combination, order is not important, okay? Next, we'll proceed to the question concerning normal distribution. So you have the x is not a standard variable, so when it is not the standard one, you have to convert to z-score later on. So when they give you x, the first, okay, is mean followed by the variance, okay? So that means the variance is 4, so the standard deviation should be 2. Okay, and the mean is always at the middle, okay, the score at the middle of the bell shape. So mean obviously is very easy, you can read from the normal distribution graph, is at the middle, and the variance is given 4, so that means standard deviation is just one step. You square root the variance, you will get the standard deviation, which is 2. So the answer for standard deviation is 2. Alright, next we want to solve the value of probability for x more than equal 13. So the moment you want to find the probability, you must have the z-score. Remember that? So you have to convert the x-score into z-score before you can press your calculator, or you can use your logbook or buku sifil. So first of all, bear in mind that you have to use a z-score in order to find the probability value. So we will convert to z-score by minus mean over standard deviation. So you will get p z more than equal 1.5. So now I'm drawing the bell shape for the z-score. So I have to label first, okay, 1.5, and I shade the region to the right because z more than equal 1.5. So that means I need to find the area for the bell shape that I shaded in purple color, or you can say the area is actually representing probability. Okay, so now for z more than equal 1.5 is equal to 0.06681, right? So do you know how to get this answer from your calculator? 0.06681. So if you are not sure how to use your calculator, later I will show you how to use the latest brand calculator, which is Classic, okay, Classic FX570EX, right? First of all, you choose the bell shape, you go to setup, then you choose the bell shape, right? And then that is actually 7, you choose the number 7, then you choose normal CD. You choose normal CD because normal CD is the one that will allow you to key in the lower limit and also the upper limit. So the lower limit is 1.5 and the upper limit, as I mentioned to you, if it is positive, you have to key in 5 will do, positive 5. Please do not change the value of standard deviation because this is the z-score and you will get the answer immediately after you key in lower and upper limit, right? So this is the answer that I gave to you just now, 0.0661. Please remember to round off your answer correct to 4 significant figure. Alright, so I just repeat again. Okay, choose a bell shape, number 7, and then after that you choose the normal CD. Alright, and then you key in the lower and upper limit. Alright, so this is the answer, and this is a pretty cool way to get the answer from calculator. So next question is about the circular measure. This is very easy. First, you have to convert the angle into radian. So 180 degree is 1 pi, remember that? So 165 degree equal to how many pi? So just a simple ratio. 180 degree is equal to pi radian. Please remember that, how to do conversion to radian. So if 180 degree is equal to pi radian, that means 1 degree is pi over 180 radian. Okay, remember this conversion from degree to radian. So 165 degree times pi over 180. So you can press your calculator. 165 convert to fraction over 180. 165 over 180 fraction. So write your answer in fraction. Okay, 1 over 12 pi. Leave your answer in pi form. So you have to follow the instruction in terms of pi. So you can give me answer 11 pi over 12, or you can give me 11 over 12 times pi, but you cannot write this, whereby the pi is down at the denominator, is considered wrong answer. Next, we will solve part B, the perimeter in centimeter for the sector OPQ. So the radius is 8 centimeter and the arc length we use S equal to R theta. Remember that? So this is the formula for additional max. I hope you don't use the mathematics way. So for additional max, we have shortcut. Use a short formula. So your answer is 8 plus 8 plus 8 times 11 over 12 pi, because your theta must be in radian. So you just write your answer in 4 significant figure. So the answer should be 39.038344613. So the final answer in 4 significant figures should be 39.04 is the answer in centimeter, 39.04. Alright, so that is about the circular measure. So additional max can be very easy if you stay focused and you keep on practice. Okay, question 24. Solve the equation. Oh, this is a trigo equation. 2 sine square x minus 3 cos x. Something is missing with the question. So I'm going to do correction for the question before I can solve. But basically, when I see there's a sine square x, in my mind, I'm thinking about the basic identity for the sine square x plus cos square x equal to 1. So I would like to convert the sine square x into cos square x. So I will write sine square x equal to 1 minus cos square x. So later I need to make sure they are having the same or the common unknown. Okay, so if you want to solve a quadratic equation, you must make sure all the unknown are same. You have one unknown only. Okay, it's just that the degree is 2, so the unknown here is cos x. So let's change the question. There's something not so right about the question, so you just add equal to 3. So now I'm going to expand 2 minus 2 cos square x minus 3 cos x equal to 3. And then I have to write again in general form. So rewrite the equation in general form before you can factorize your quadratic equation. Okay, so now you can press your calculator. You just putting the A is 2, the B is 3, and the C is 1. Or you can, let's say, cos x equal to 1 unknown equal to y, because it looks very complicated if it is in cos x. So actually cos x is 1 unknown. So you can write 2y squared plus 3y plus 1 equal to 0, and then you factorize the quadratic equation in terms of y. So you have y equal to negative half and y equal to negative 1, and you can write fast in this way. And finally, don't forget to call back your cos x to represent y. So before you solve the trigo equation, you always have to find the reference angle. Don't solve directly using calculator, okay? Find the reference angle, then you refer to the quadrant based on positive or negative. This is also concept. Alright, so many of the students directly press their calculator, so they will got the wrong answer. So the x should be 120, 240, and then for cos x equal to negative 1, the x should be 180 degree. Alright, so you have 3 answers for this question. For the solving of trigo equation, please remember that you have to find the reference angle by press the calculator without negative. Okay, remember that, press the calculator without negative, because alpha is always a first quadrant angle. That's why you cannot put in the negative. And then you refer to the quadrant. For the next question, they will ask you the trigo function given that cos x equal to h. State in terms of h for secant 2x. Alright, for secant x is not given the formula, you have to memorize. It's 1 over cos x. Okay, so if it is secant 2x, so you have to know how to modify the formula, because this formula is not given in exam. So if secant 2x, you have to change to 1 over cos 2x, right? So because you are given cos x equal to h, so you cannot say cos 2x equal to 1 over h. It's not the same. Cos 2x is not the same with the cos x. There is a formula under the formula list that connect cos 2x to cos x. Let's have a look at the formula list given in SPM exam. So you just refer to trigonometric formula. So you will see a list of the formula given. So number 7 is very important. You choose number 2 because cos 2a, you have 3 formula. So the first one is combination with cos and sine. The second one is all cos. Okay, the third one is all sine. So you choose the second one so that you can convert cos 2x into cos x. Alright? Okay, let's continue by using the formula cos 2x, copy down to cos square x minus 1. And then we'll substitute into the question just now. Okay, from the formula list, we have the cos 2x equal to 2 cos square x minus 1. So we'll sub into there. Okay, from the list, we will write 1 over 2 cos square x. Don't write a, okay? You have to change the a to x. And the question gave you cos x equal to h, right? So cos square x will be h squared. So your answer should be, in terms of h, this is so-called trigonometric function. Okay, so your answer must have h with a number. So I will write 1 over 2 h squared minus 1. That's all. So you just leave it like that. That is your answer for trigo function. So you don't solve it, you just leave it like that, 2h squared minus 1. Right? Okay, this is the answer for secant 2x in terms of the h. Now, how about b? For b is sine 90 degree plus x. So for sine 90 plus x, we have the formula, right? So let's refer to the formula list. So let's see how to apply the formula. So this formula is given in exam. So you look at the formula, sine A plus minus B, right? Equal to sine A cos B plus minus cos A sine B. So now we want the plus. So you just observe the plus and the plus sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. Okay, so you just copy down the formula from the formula list. Alright, so after you copy the formula, you must know that A is the angle given. Okay, if they say 90, then later you have to substitute 90 into the formula, and the B is x. So if sine 90 plus x, so it will be sine 90 cos x plus cos 90 sine x. Understand? So that's how you apply the formula. You have to change according to the angle given, because they gave you 90 plus x. So again, I show you sine 90 plus x equal to sine 90 cos x, right? Plus, still plus for sine formula, cos 90 sine x. You have to always practice. If not, you tend to forget how to use a formula, right? So this is the additional formula for sine. Okay, let's use a formula in the formula list. So you have sine 90 plus x. So you will copy the formula for sine A plus B. So it's sine A cos B plus cos A sine B, right? And then you will substitute the angle A as 90 and B as x. So sine 90 plus x is equal to sine 90 cos x plus cos 90, okay, sine x, right? And then finally you just key in into your calculator sine 90, the value is 1, right, special value, and cos 90 is 0. So finally you solve, you will get cos x, and you substitute cos x with a h. So your answer is just h. So actually for trigo function, it's quite easy. You just know how to get the right formula and substitute accordingly. So please don't be afraid by trigo. It's quite easy. Alright. So I think that's all for my sharing for today. So I really hope that my sharing do help you to improve your additional maths, especially for paper 1. Alright, so I shall see you in my next video teaching. So keep on practice. Bye bye and have a nice day.